Dessler brings down this Rav Tzvi Hirsch, I don't know who it is. Rav Tzvi Hirsch says that Lahavdil, he said it way before Einstein. He says that time doesn't pass by man, but man rides on time. As Jews, we ride through the cycle of the year. The cycle of the year we're coming now is to Shavuos. Which means at Shavuos we're going to experience Shavuos mamish. We come to Shavuos. It's not like, this idea that the Ramchal brings this idea also that each time of the year is a reoccurrence of that exact same thing. At Shavuos, it's Shavuos mamish. The only thing is Reb Dessler has a kasha. Ma kesher our Shavuos and the Shavuos that the Jews had in the Midbar. First of all, he says, the Jews in the Midbar at Shavuos, it says 600,000 angels came to each Jew. And we said, Naseh v'nishma, they put crowns on their heads. Now, I personally never experienced such a, I don't know if anybody here experienced it at Shavuos. Did you ever have a feeling like that? 600,000 angels coming to you and putting crowns on your heads? I mean, it was such a high level that it's hard for us to relate to. Elokim acherim. It says, at that point, the Yetzer Hara completely left us. We had no Yetzer Hara. We became like angels. And we know that also that at the Har Sinai, that Zahuma, the tomb of Adam Rishon, from the head of Adam Rishon, completely left. All that Zahuma, there was no tomb. We were in a state of total purity. So Rav Dessler says that even though it's true we're going to experience Shavuos, but Ma Kesha, how can we experience that Shavuos? We're so far away. What are we experiencing? What's our connection to that Shavuos? It was too high. So in order to explain that, he wants to explain what's the difference between the Luchos Rishonos and the Luchos Shtiyos. The Luchos Rishonos was Etzem Elokim. They were created, Hashem created them with his own hands. You gotta say the Luchos Rishonos, I don't know exactly the connection, but there was a connection to the Eitz Chaim. In other words, if you would connect up with the Luchos Rishonos, you would get to a state where there would be no death. The Torah itself, the original Torah that was handed to us, has the power to give life. If you're connected with it, you wouldn't die. And the second Luchos was created from by hand, okay, with the hand that over Moshe Rabbeinu, but it was created from the physical world. So, also, we see there was a tremendous level difference between the first Luchos and the second Luchos. So the Gemara in Brachos asks this question, where do we put the first Luchos after they were broken? Where were they put? They should have been put into the Geniza. Why? Because something that's Kadosh, and it becomes puzzle, it has to be buried to put into Geniza. Also, human body is holy. After it dies, you have to put it away in a proper place. Where did they put it? They put the first Luchos together in the Aron with the second Luchos. It should have been put in the Geniza. Why put the two together? There's two different worlds at two different levels. So they shouldn't be put together. You have to put them in the Geniza. But they was put together. So if Dessler wants to say that from the fact that they were put together means that the connection between the first Luchos and the second Luchos was never lost. It's true we're physical, and it's true it's going to be it's going to be hard work, and you're going to have to be a Yeshiva of Torah and work very, very diligently to reach levels. But there's still a connection to the first Luchos. And therefore, a person has to always strive. He wants to say to shoot for the stars. In other words, a person has to always strive for the highest level. In Torah, you always have to strive for the highest level. The Shulchan Aruch says, used to be there was Beit Knesset, something with a grot. Used to be two different places. One place to pray, one place to learn. Now we have it together. But the point is to learn after you daven. And you have to fix time to lemod. And it should be a fixed time. You should go straight from the davening to learning, and you should eat in between. Basically, you have to go learn first thing in the morning. And you shouldn't pass it by. Even if you think you can make a lot of money, you still shouldn't pass it by. So the Mishnah Berurah says, a person who goes from davening to learning is going to see Shekhinah. He's going to see the presence of Hashem. He's going to see the Shekhinah. So the Mishnah Berurah says further, "V'ikar mitzvah Talmud Torah ein lo shiur." There's no shiur. It's unlimited. How much you have to learn is unlimited. People don't like to hear this. Okay? The chiyuv hu kol yom, and you have a chiyuv every second. Kol zman sheyesh lo panai. Anytime that you're free, you're chayav to learn. But you see, below yemush sefer Torah, but you cannot remove the sefer the Torah from your mouth. Because sheyesh lo panai, and if a person is mavato Torah, what is it? Maratzon, which he goes to watch a movie instead. What do we say about that person? He's similar to what Chazal says. Embarrassment. He said the Torah is not important to him. See the tremendous obligation that we have to learn Torah every second. So, what is the connection again between the first Luchos and the second Luchos? Let's bring down the pasuk like this. Make for you new luchos like the Rishonim. So Rav Desta wants to say the first luchos and the second luchos are just like the first luchos, even though it's very difficult, and even though we're very distant, even though it's very distant from us, and it's very difficult for us, but we still, if we strive and we work, we will be able to reach high levels. So I heard yesterday in the mirror, Rav Aryeh Finkel said like this. He said, what does it mean, l'chayil, l'chayil? The Gemara says, in Alam Ba, we go l'chayil, l'chayil, the same idea here, we should go l'chayil, l'chayil, in this world. And also in the next world, that a person will reach the next world and he learns one base midrash, he'll go from level to level. There's like different base midrashes, There's one base midrash, you get there, if you work hard, in the next world, you'll be able to jump up to go to a new base midrash. And another base midrash, come out your levels of a base midrash. You're going further and further. So he asked the kasha, Aryeh Finkel said, wait a second, I thought in Alam Ba, whatever you are, that's who you are. That's it. What do you mean you're going to go to chayil, l'chayil? In this world, you work, whatever your level you get when you get upstairs, that's who you are. That's who you are. Because an unbelievable answer. He says, if a person in this world is not satisfied with his learning, and he constantly grows, and he works, and he works, and more Torah, he doesn't move on to Torah like the Mishnah Berurah says, he's learning and he's going level and further, and he doesn't give up, and he doesn't give in, so that's who he is. In other words, when he gets to the next world, to be able to go chayil l'chayil, because the whole point is wherever you are, that's who you are. But if you're a guy that's constantly growing, so when you get to the next world, you're going to constantly grow. But that's great, right? But if you're a guy who says, okay, I learned, and you close the book and I go home now, and 9 to 5, it's interesting, but in my free time, what do? I go on Facebook a little bit, I check this out, my free time, if you're that kind of a guy and you're satisfied with your time, ohev kesef lo yisba kesef. Ohev Torah lo nisba Torah. If a person really loves Torah, he won't be satisfied. He'll read a Ritva and a Rashba and a Marashon, and he goes further, he gets more interesting and more interesting, and he gets more details, more Chidushim and more. If that's who a person is, when he gets to the next world, he'll also be able to grow and grow. It's not 9 to 5. Torah's not 9 to 5. And Shavuot is coming, that was the point. The point is that Shavuot, Kabbalah's Torah is a very serious thing. It means really to Makabal the Torah. Makabal the Torah mamish, that you love it. Now what do we do? We're not holding that. The answer is, if you work, you will be able to reach those levels. You will be able to. Rav Aaron Cutler, he didn't know what he was eating. He didn't know if he was milking or fleshik and this and that. His wife had to tell him. He was learning and learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. It's a training. It's a training. Let's say a guy hasn't kept night seder for a while. Okay, he doesn't keep night seder. If you start to keep the night seder 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you say, wow, this is great. And you wake up, you don't want to keep night seder, you wake up the next day, unbelievable. When you learn at night, you wake up the next day a different person. And you'll start to feel the effects. And you start to get drawn into it. You start to see it more and more. It's a training. So even though you don't feel these feelings right now, you may not feel like just tremendous hours of Torah that you just can't live without it. But if you keep going and keep working on it and train yourself, eventually, slowly, you will start to feel those feelings and you'll grow from chayil to chayil. Shabbos.